If it is for their amusement, then it is a very, very expensive source of amusement that we pay. When the opposition starts celebrating not the victory of a no-confidence motion, but the admission of the motion in Parliament. The I.N.D.I.A cannot even push through the motion if there is external support. A no-confidence motion is a serious matter. It is not a necessary rite of passage. It's not like having breakfast or lunch. It is something serious which must be done when there is something serious to debate. I say debate Manipur, but why a no-confidence motion? They are not even united on basic issues among themselves, and they call themselves I.N.D.I.A, and they waste our time by bringing in a no-confidence motion. It is an act of absolute futility. The people are serious. The people want governance, and I say with all the conviction at my command, stop the futility of the no-confidence motion. The opposition should unitedly take back the no-confidence motion and not waste the nation's time. If it is for their amusement, then it is a very, very expensive source of amusement that we pay. When the opposition starts celebrating not the victory of a no-confidence motion, but the admission of the motion in Parliament. The I.N.D.I.A cannot even push through the motion if there is external support. A no-confidence motion is a serious matter. It is not a necessary rite of passage. It's not like having breakfast or lunch. It is something serious which must be done when there is something serious to debate. I say debate Manipur, but why a no-confidence motion? They are not even united on basic issues among themselves, and they call themselves I.N.D.I.A.
Good evening and welcome, friends, this Sunday evening. The fact that you are watching this prime time Sunday shows how seriously you take your news and what's happening around the country. And it would be our endeavor to bring the best to you. I am Abhishek Kapoor, and joining me, Deepti.
Oh yes, and we must tell our viewers what's going to be the focus on, because these next 60 minutes are going to be very fascinating. We not just build up to what possibly could happen tomorrow and the next week in the Parliament, but also put our focus on Manipur. Because Manipur, remember Abhishek, has been that one issue. It seems that the BJP has gone on a back foot. The opposition believes it has a handle and it can actually put the government on the mat. Could that be possible? The government says there is no concern. It's only pure, simple politics. So who's playing politics on Manipur? That's going to be a big debate that we put our focus on, and we'll have a panel of guests from the opposition, from the ruling dispensation, to actually debate that issue as we continue to ask who's responsible for what happened in Manipur and who is playing politics.
Yep. Well, let's begin with the headlines first. Amit Shah to table Delhi bill tomorrow. I.N.D.I.A bloc leaders to meet at 9:30 a.m. to discuss a strategy.
हमारी बात पे सहमत जताई खुद यहाँ के राज्यपाल साहिबा, और उन्होंने ये भी सलाह दिए हैं कि आप सब मिलके चर्चा कीजिए, बात कीजिए और कोई समाधान की रास्ता ढूंढिए।
After blocking the debate in the parliament for 7 straight days, the MPs from the India Alliance have concluded their visit to Manipur.
विपक्ष अशांति फैलाने का काम न करे, विपक्ष चर्चा में रहने के लिए भ्रम और भय न फैलाए, विपक्ष चर्चा में भाग ले, ना कि राजनीति करे.
Government questions opposition's intention, says opposition going here and there but avoiding parliament.
हम उन नौजवान से मुअद्दबाना गुजारिश करते हैं, खुदा के वास्ते जाहिद अहमद को छोड़ दो, उसके माँ बाप पर रहम करो.
On leave, an army jawan goes missing in Kulgaon. The family is appealing for help. Forces launching a massive search operation.
Maharashtra ATS and NIA investigate 2 terror modules. At least 4 detained. Incriminating details emerge as agencies investigate the suspects.
40 people have been killed, 50 have been injured in a blast in Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa.
Welcome back, friends. As we have promised you last week and fortnight, in fact, that we are not going to leave Manipur and its people alone. We are going to continue to focus on the developments there and make sure that the representatives of people, not just from Manipur but rest of the country, behave responsibly given the sensitivities involved and conduct themselves in a manner. We hold them accountable so that they conduct themselves in a manner that brings peace, calm, and heals the wounds of the strife-torn state. An opposition delegation went to the state, spent a day and a half, met the governor, met victims more importantly, and thankfully met victims of both the sides, listened to them, and has come back with inputs. We hope sincerely that they would share their experiences with the people of the country from where they should, the Parliament of India.
Oh yes, but would that happen, Abhishek? That is anyone's guess. We've hardly seen any business that has been transacted, at least in the last 1 week. Now remember, both the sides have their own statements to make. The opposition says we are concerned, we are with the people of Manipur, and they say something like this has not happened in the history of Manipur. And the reason why they say we want the Prime Minister to come in the Parliament and reassure everyone from the forum of the Parliament that we are with the state of Manipur. On the other side, the government says, is the Congress forgetting its own history? Is the Congress forgetting the genesis of this entire issue? They also say that the opposition today is guilty of playing politics. But this is just not the only issue that, remember, will dominate the Parliament, Abhishek. Like, earlier we've been speaking, the Delhi Ordinance Bill, also that's going to be tabled.
Oh, that's going to be
the
big
Parliament. That's going to be big. And again, you have the Aam Aadmi Party that for the last many weeks has been trying to rally all its support for that bill because they do not want that bill to become a reality. And I do remember we have seen the opposition saying, Abhishek, that this is going to be the real test of opposition unity. So there is an India alliance, but what happens when it comes to the Delhi bill? Will that be defeated? Will that be passed? And could this just be that chink in the armor as far as the opposition unity goes? Tomorrow's going to be a significant day, as always, Republic.
Or possibly a spanner in the works.
Oh yes, you never know. So let's play out the story, the way it has developed through the day, and then we debate.
20 parliamentarians of the INDIA bloc visited Manipur.
To raise the voice of the people who have been affected by this kind of event.
It might take a little more time, but things shall be all right.
Completing their visit, they submitted a memorandum to the governor.
Huge mistrust against Chief Minister Biren Singh ji. I think that is the biggest issue because people don't want to have any dialogue with him. So I feel that the Honorable Governor holds a constitutional post. So we hope that with complete neutrality and following the constitutional values of this country, she will do her very best to bring everyone together and restore peace and harmony.
On landing in Delhi, the politics commences.
आज इंडिया अलायंस आई है, प्रधानमंत्री मणिपुर में गायब क्यों? प्रधानमंत्री क्या सिर्फ सरकारी उद्घाटन और राजनीतिक सभा में भाषण देने के लिए क्या उनको वोट मिला है?
Horrifying, disturbing, very disturbing visuals. And if it does not shake the conscience of the people who matter, I'm worried about my republic.
The BJP is calling out the shallow attempt to politicize a crisis.
देखिए, विपक्ष को अधिकार है कहीं भी जाने का, लेकिन संसद का सत्र चल रहा है, सरकार बहस के लिए तैयार है, तो ये क्यों भाग रहे हैं?
In Manipur, the violence has reduced but not ended.
Right now we are in Bishnupur district. Here you can see some of the Merapaibis are sleeping, some of them are sitting, keeping a vigil on the roads, keeping a vigil in the area. Not only during the day but even at the odd midnight hours too. Here you can see some of them are resting, and once they are done with their rest, they will again sit for duty.
The centre says now is the time to discuss Manipur.
विपक्षी दलों के जो माननीय 21 सांसद मणिपुर गए, मेरा उनसे अनुरोध है कि कल सदन चलेगा, चर्चा में भाग लें और आकर अपना अनुभव भी बताएं.
Can there be politics over Manipur, or will Parliament function? Let's debate.
So the government says let's debate, but the opposition says we cannot have a debate until and unless you have the Prime Minister and he responds to what has happened in Manipur. Then there is a no confidence motion. Then there is this entire conversation about the Delhi Ordinance Bill. So we have our hands full, and that's why here at Republic we've tried to get all sides, all stakeholders on the panel, as you can see. Let me just take a moment to introduce our panel of guests. Sanju Verma is the national spokesperson of the BJP with us. Krishna Hegdeji is spokesperson of the Shiv Sena. Priyanka Kakkar is the national spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party with us. Shyam Prasad Mekharji is leader of the Congress. Vivek is the national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. We also have Satya Prakash Mishra ji, who's the leader of the JDU and the convener of the Nitish Vichar Manch. And he interestingly was telling us, aaj hi hamari ek meeting hui hai. So we'll ask him what happened in that meeting in just a moment. Also, Mr. De Mello is the national spokesperson of the TMC with us. And let's begin with Sanju. Sanju, you always complain we don't give you time to speak. You know, something that you're seeing in the parliament. The opposition complains that the Prime Minister is not speaking. Now tell me just one little thing. Can the Prime Minister, Sanju, not use the parliament as a forum to reassure the people in Manipur? Had Manipur been any other opposition ruled state, Sanju, wouldn't the BJP have been gunning for the Chief Minister? Here you haven't even sacked the Chief Minister. You continue to back him. The Prime Minister is not speaking. The opposition says this is not done. Sanju?
You know, Deepthi, first on a lighter note, I remember last Thursday when I was on Arnab's show at 9 p.m. He allowed me uninterrupted introduction for about 4.5 minutes, and all the opposition members on the panel said, this is not Sanju Verma's show. So finally he had to cut me short. Nonetheless, coming to the moot point and the meat of the debate, I just have this to say. I'm not going to shove things under the carpet and say in the last 85 days nothing happened. Yes, action could have been taken much earlier. But my limited point is this. Now when things are returning to normalcy, the entire Manipur violence probe has been handed over to the CBI. And mind you, we've said that let the Manipur violence probe be tried outside of Manipur so that tomorrow nobody stands up and says, "Arey, ये सारा ट्रायल तो मणिपुर में हुआ है where BJP is the ruling party." So let there be an impartial probe. And the third most important thing, we have said in the public domain, Union Minister Amit Shah has said it in no uncertain terms, that we will ensure that in the next 6 months, there is a fast track probe without any procrastination or delay. My limited point is this, you know, for people who say, why has Biren Singh not been sacked? The limited point is, if you look at Atal Bihari Vajpayee or the last 9 years of Narendra Modi, together they have used Article 356 only sparingly on 9 occasions. But Jawaharlal Nehru used it 7 times, Rajiv Gandhi 6 times, Indira Gandhi.
No, Sanju, I don't want you to go to Jawaharlal Nehru. One second, Sanju, I want to pull you back. Sanju, see. I just have a limited point. The BJP says it's a party with a difference. Don't cite history. It's about what is happening in the current time. I just ask you the question again. You don't want to respond to me, fine. Now, earlier in the day, one second, Sanju, listen to the question. Listen to the question. The Prime Minister leads from the front. When the Morbi bridge collapse happened, we saw the Prime Minister. He reached out. He met with the victims. There was that healing touch. Likewise, during the Balasore train tragedy. So how is Manipur different?
Deepti, you cannot put words into my mouth. I heard your question very well the first time around. I'm not hard of hearing. Let me complete. The limited point I was making, and I will complete what I have to say, because as the representative of BJP, I need to put my views across, and I'm sure you have FOE for the BJP as well. FOE is not limited to the opposition. The limited point I was making was that under various dispensations of the Congress, which has ruled the country for about 5.5 decades in the last 76 years, Article 356 was used generously on 83 occasions. My point is that Narendra Modi government imposes President's rule or Article 356 very, very sparingly. And I think, just asking Biren Singh to resign is having him take the easier way out. For him to be there and resolve the issue is to ensure that there is accountability. Why should we give him the easier way out and say, let the new incumbent take the onus of how things will resolve?
Sanju Verma.
Let him be responsible. Let him be accountable. That is a BJP style of functioning. Just give me 10 seconds more. Abhishek, 10 seconds more. I'm not comparing Manipur with a Bengal or Manipur with, Rajasthan. But tell me honestly, Manmohan Singh was the Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament, Deepti and Abhishek, from Assam from 1991 till 2019. For a solid 28 years, he did not visit Assam, which he represented.
Okay, Sanju, you got your 10 seconds now. Now, the question that you ask on Manmohan Singh, I'll take to Shyam Prasad Meka. But before that, Sanju, just for some solace for you, the opposition delegation which went to Manipur and returned today, they have not sought President's rule. They have told the governor, please apprise the centre of what is happening in Manipur. They have not told the governor, please get the Chief Minister sacked. So that's some solace for you. I don't think the opposition, and I'll ask that question to opposition when we ask, I don't think opposition is very clear whether they actually want President's rule, because President's rule means the rule of the present government of the BJP at the centre. But Sanju Verma, there are some pertinent issues raised by the opposition delegation, of which one I thought I should throw at you, which is that they have found the condition of the relief camps pathetic. And if that's true, which is that according to them, in one hall, 500 people cramped, women not having restrooms, that's really bad. I think something can be done on that front. Your government there, your government in Delhi.
Okay, Abhishek, that's a very pertinent point you raised, and I will just say this, that if indeed what you're saying is true, I'm sure remedial measures will be taken. But for you to sit here and tell me that the opposition did not find the conditional relief camps praiseworthy is like the pot calling the kettle black. Ulta chor kotwal ko dante. Tell me, all these TMC MPs, because TMC has raised a lot of stink around Manipur. TMC MPs could go from Kolkata to Manipur, which is 1490 kilometers away, but TMC MPs could not go from Kolkata to Howrah, which is 19 kilometers away. TMC MPs could not go from Kolkata to South Dinajpur, which is just 405 kilometers away.
Sanju, this is not a versus the TMC debate. No, Sanju, I will have to come in here. See, you are not in the opposition. You are ruling the country. You're ruling Manipur right now. You're forgetting that again and again.
So I'm laying the
Mr. Meka wants to come in, but before that happens, I quickly want to get Priyanka into this conversation. You haven't answered any of my questions, Sanju, by the way. But Priyanka, tell me something. Tomorrow is a big day in the Parliament. You also have the MPs that have just come in from Manipur, Priyanka. Tomorrow they'll be in the Parliament. So will you allow a debate to happen? The government has given that olive branch again. They've extended that olive branch, Priyanka. They are saying, let's debate. Please say what you want to say on the floor of the House and we'll have a discussion on Manipur. The other thing is the Delhi ordinance. The Delhi ordinance, we are hearing, Priyanka, that's going to be presented in the parliament tomorrow. Now, what is the bigger issue for you, Manipur or the control of Delhi?
Deepthi, they're both, you cannot say which issue is bigger. The country is, to speak it mildly, is under attack from forces within. Why I say this, Deepthi, is that, it took 80 days for a video, or 77 days for a video to leak, and then the Manipur issue flared up. Before that, they were consistently brushing under the carpet that the Union Minister, Mr. R.K. Ranjan, who belongs from the BJP, whose house was burnt in Imphal, he had been making impassioned pleas to the Prime Minister to intervene. Their own BJP MLAs, they have been making impassioned pleas to the Prime Minister to intervene. There are several such, their own governor, Anusuya ji, she made an impassioned plea to intervene, and there were doctors who were saying that the medication has finished, but it didn't matter to anyone. But after 77 days, when we saw the horrific video where 3 women were paraded naked, molested, gang raped, the issue flared up. Now, after that also, the unfortunate situation as it stands today is that it's been 8 days since the monsoon session began. But the Prime Minister thinks his priorities are campaigning in Rajasthan. This is absolutely
Your Arvind Kejriwal was campaigning in Panchkula.
When the BJP contests.
Madam, wait, Sanju, wait. Let her please complete her point. Then you can counter her.
Madam, please.
Let her complete her point, please.
A bit of decency.
One by one, Sanju.
We don't
one by one, please.
Decency and decency from
Yes,
you.
Priyanka.
You are a behuda spokesperson of Aam Aadmi Party.
Priyanka,
please lower her
Priyanka and Sanju.
शिष्टाचार पर ज्ञान
Sanju, let's not make this personal. See, the opposition is guilty because they are making this an ego battle versus the Prime Minister. Why are you getting poked? Sanju, relax. Why are you getting poked? Sanju, there are so many speakers, they are yet to speak.
Sanju, don't get personal. Sanju, don't get personal.
Priyanka, please
Got your
don't
turn.
go to debate.
You got a longish. Like Thursday, you got a longish say.
You gave her so
Sanju,
much
you'll get your
time,
turn
and this is
again.
what
And you yourself said this is not the Sanju Verma show. Definitely, this is Republic. This is Republic. It's not the Sanju Verma show.
Let the BJP speak. They don't need
Priyanka
anyone else.
Thakkar, you were taking some liberties with facts, but still complete. Sanju, hold on. Priyanka, you were taking some liberties with facts. I don't think Governor ever said that she wants Prime Minister to intervene or say something, but then you complete your point.
The governor may not have, that I may have quoted, if I may have quoted incorrectly, but I know for a fact when Amit Shah ji, there were reports that I read that Amit Shah ji, when he visited Manipur, he made certain promises which he did not keep. Therefore, it is important that the Prime Minister be accountable and answerable. Also, because all of the
Which are the promises that Amit Shah did not keep? This woman is a serial liar.
Sanju Verma, please pull back. Sanju Verma, please pull back.
I'll tell you, madam.
Sanju Verma, let's listen to all sides, please.
Sanju, take down this point, jot down this point, and you respond. You respond on Amit Shah's promises when your turn comes. Please hold on. Hold back. Jot down the point, and when we come to you, you make that point.
From what I read,
Sanju, write down that you have to respond on that charge made by Priyanka Thakkar, and we give you an opportunity, we promise.
Yes.
Priyanka Thakkar is a serial liar.
I read reports which said that he had promised.
Sanju Verma, please.
You will get the chance to rebut her, Sanju. You will get the chance to rebut her.
Like this, please. It's such a serious issue. If you're blaming the opposition, at least let's
stop the name calling.
Let's get them exposed. Please let them answer. No, Sanju.
The Union Home Minister. She's lying, and you are trying to condone her statement.
Sanju Verma, please.
Sanju, you can take her to cleaners with facts when your turn comes. Hold on. Pull back.
By Amit Shah, which has not been fulfilled.
You can challenge her when the turn comes. You can take her to cleaners with facts when your turn comes. Hold on. Sanju, no, this is unfair.
Tell me, what has Amit Shah not fulfilled?
This is unfair.
Batao.
She has a habitual.
This is unfair, Sanju.
I think you should let the BJP
Okay,
speak,
Priyanka, go ahead.
because you can
Sanju has pulled
easily
back.
turn down a mic. Yes.
Priyanka, go ahead. Don't provoke now. Go ahead. She has pulled back. Go ahead.
That Amit Shah ji had promised certain choppers. Yes. So I read that Amit Shah ji had promised certain choppers to ferry a certain community to safety. That didn't happen. I read that there were consistent demands of making a peace panel because apparently
you are suffering.
Please look it up online. That both the communities had lost trust on the CM
screen for a moment, please. We can't go like this. It is not an I versus them debate. Please, Sanju Verma. Sanju Verma, it's a request, please.
Don't lie, Priyanka Kakkad.
Sanju.
Okay, Sanju, let me speak.
I will call out your bluff. झूठ बोलना बंद करो.
Sanju Verma. Sanju Verma, you had your time,
become a lie,
please.
madam.
You had the longest intervention already. Please let others speak. They haven't spoken. Priyanka, please.
Of your statements
See,
from
by
Amit
now,
Shah.
see what I read was
Priyanka, let her complete her point, Sanju. Then we'll come back to you, please.
Current Chief Minister.
Where did you read those statements given by Amit Shah?
Okay, let's do one thing. Priyanka, for a moment, you also pull back.
Don't you know that both the communities
Better,
have
one second. Let's get others also on the panel. Sanju and Priyanka, please. Listen to other people. They haven't spoken yet.
Sham Prasad Meka. Let the Congress say.
I am not saying anything. She's been calling names.
I will come back to you. I will come back to you.
She is a big zero on.
No, we are not making this personal. It's a request. Please don't call names. Please.
Let's go to Sham Prasad Meka.
You are derailing the debate, Sanju.
No, let's go to Sham Prasad.
Come on. Manipur is a sensitive issue. Please extend the same courtesy and the sensitivity like the Prime Minister did. The Prime Minister said he's livid. He said he's full of anger. Do not derail the debate like this, please.
Sanju, you are not only Deepti. Sanju, you are not only derailing the debate, you are compromising the dignity of the conversation we are having, trying to have on the wounds that people of Manipur have suffered. Just you will get your opportunity. We began with you. Generally, it's my practice to begin with opposition. We began with you. You got your time. Hold on, Sanju. No, this is unfair.
इसका माइक बंद.
We will hold her to account. I told her she has taken liberty with facts. I am moderating. We are moderating. Deepti is here. Hold on, Sanju. You are not.
When you make random statements about the union home,
no, you are doing that. You are doing that. That's unfortunate, but you are doing that, and we can't allow that.
Sanju, Satyaprakash, one second. Sanju. Now that you have spent and wasted so much time, I should tell you something, Sanju, right away. There is this survivor who has spoken up, and Sanju, just think about this, and then I don't want an answer from you, but just think about this. This survivor is asking for one thing. She has one request. She says, can I see the bodies of my son and husband? She is one of the victims who was paraded, she was molested, she was violated. Let that sink in, Sanju Verma, for a moment. Just let that sink in. And please, I am not asking for a response, Sanju Verma. Sanju Verma, this is not a monologue. This is not a monologue. You have said what you wanted to say. Please listen it to others before you come in next.
Let me. Okay, this has to end abruptly. No, there's no option.
You are not letting this debate take place, Sanju Verma. Like you're blaming the opposition for not letting the parliament function. We will blame you for not letting the debate happen.
Let's go to Sham Prasad Meka of the Congress party and let's involve others also. No, you should care, Sanju. Sham Prasad
Meka. That is the arrogance, Sanju Verma. That is the arrogance.
Sham Prasad Meka.
You call that.
Sanju, you're not looking. Why
don't you offer my...
Sanju. We can have some sophistication. You can make all your points, whatever you have to say, with some class, some sophistication. Let's make an attempt. You see, let me go to Sham Prasad Meka. Sham Prasad Meka. Very pertinent points with a lot of pain and anguish made by Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, your leader, after coming back from Manipur, having spent a day and a half. He went to the relief camps, met the victims, and he said, this is really painful what has happened to the people. And the people of the country want to know what has happened in Manipur. This delegation of 21 MPs has gone to the ground, seen for themselves. They have seen the pain, anguish of people through the parliament. They can really tell the rest of the country what has happened there. Why not use this opportunity of their experience and then share it tomorrow in Parliament rather than just insist, let the Prime Minister speak first. You have been there on the ground. Prime Minister has not. You have the opportunity to tell the world, including the Prime Minister, sir, this is what has happened. Please, it needs your attention. It begs your attention. Use the opportunity to speak in the Parliament. Why do this soundbite thing outside and not try to put the government on the mat inside the Parliament where it matters?
Abhishek and Deepti, first objection I take is, actually while you are giving your intro, before this all the mayhem got released, so you're talking about politics erupting over this. See, if the politics of the country cannot speak about this issue, then what are the politics for? So, just get out of those cliched mindsets that calling everything bad as politics, trying to say something as politics as bad. Let's just get out of it. As you said right now, Abhishek, the opposition delegation went there. They tried their best to understand the situation. They gave their memorandum to the governor. What else the opposition can do? What we are asking is because 100 people can talk 100 things. We want to hear the truth directly from the horse's mouth. When such a big issue has happened, why not the Prime Minister give that courtesy to this 140 crore people and come to Parliament and make a statement on Manipur? Why can't he? Why is he so adamant?
But
that is the question.
Mr. Mecca, see, this is what happens. This is what happens when one side makes this about ego. Satyaprakash ji, is this an ego battle right now between the opposition and the government? Because if the real concern is the plight of the Manipur people and the focus on their plight, Mr. Mecca,
we are not worried about ego.
Okay, you see,
the Prime Minister.
No. See, you moved the no confidence motion. You know it's going to get defeated. But you have still moved it because you think that that's the only way to get the Prime Minister to speak on the issue. Now, Satyaprakash ji, that is the reason why we are asking that have you made this an ego battle right now?
It's not the ego.
Okay, you say you want to bring the attention of the people.
And what better way than to do it from inside the Parliament, Mr. Mecca? What better way than to do it inside the Parliament? From inside the Parliament. That's where everyone watches. That's where you hold the government to account. That's where...
on the road. We will do it from the eye of the storm. We will do it from everywhere.
Okay.
What is the problem?
Satyaprakash ji, then does this mean there will be no work? There will be no work in the Parliament again tomorrow? Nothing changes in spite of the fact that all the opposition MPs have visited Manipur now?
You know, Dipti ji, you have to understand in a very holistic manner and approach what has happened so far. When Manipur started burning, the Prime Minister was roaming around the world, but he has no word for sympathy to the people of Manipur. And the governor of Manipur so many times expressed helplessness. When the first time the video went viral, the National Commission of Women already known to that video on the June 12, and 1 month went on, nothing has happened. Now the responsibility of the opposition political party to ask the government to raise its voice for the favor of the peace in Manipur, and the Prime Minister of India remained silent. The arrogancy of power and brazen indifference of the Prime Minister and the brazen face of the government really got exposed. It is the duty of all opposition party to visit Manipur to see the real ground reality and what they observed. Sanju, you are a habitual offender. Sanju, you are a habitual offender. Please keep shut. No, you are a habitual interferer. No, please, Sanju. No, I am requesting you, Sanju, please. This is the way. If you debate like this way, we are not interested to debate with you. I am not here, Sanju, to respond to you.
Yes, we'll go back to Sanju then.
This is not.
Sanju, please.
No, this is not fair.
Please extend the courtesy.
When Priyanka started speaking, Sanju started interfering.
Listen to everyone, please. Then we'll come back to you, Sanju. Sanju, you can't be speaking over everyone else.
Responsibility to make the government accountable for what has happened in the Manipur.
Government accountable. You're saying this is about making the government accountable.
You know what Manipur people today have lost? They have lost faith in the government. They have sense of insecurity, a huge amount of, and the pathetic condition of relief camp. What kind of services the government is going to provide to the Manipur?
Satyaprakash ji, let me also get in Krishna Hegde ji, who's the spokesperson for the Shiv Sena. If we can also have him on the screen. Then I'll come to both Mr.
I request you, please put her mic off because he interferes every now and then.
Okay, Satyaprakash ji, 1 second.
Don't provoke.
Now, Krishna Hegde ji, I mean, do you second the response given by the BJP even now? Do you think it's not important right now to reach out to the people of Manipur? What, according to you, is the best way to do that? The opposition again and again says the Prime Minister has to be present. He has to reach out personally from the floor of the Parliament. And the BJP says nothing doing. Let's have a discussion. The opposition is running away from the debate. Hegde ji.
Dipti, who is the leader of the House in the Parliament? It's the Honorable Prime Minister. And whose government is it? It is the Honorable Prime Minister's government. And the Prime Minister has already said that he is anguished and pained and livid at the situation. The Honorable Home Minister was there, and he was there camping there, meeting all the tribes. He met all the groups. Over that, some semblance of normalcy is coming there. The internet has started. There was a curfew which was off today, and then this delegation of the opposition parties goes. Okay, they have gone 3 months, but I am telling you one thing: did they bring anything fruitful? Did they say anything concrete? And if they have to say something, why don't they say it on the floor of the House, which they don't want to do? So why do you want to just go there and make a show? I would say that if you are sensitive to the issue, I'm telling the opposition leaders, if you are sensitive to the issue, sensitive to the people of Manipur, today the important thing is to bring normalcy. It is to bring the people of Manipur back into the mainstream. It is to start the schools and the colleges so the children start going and studying there. It is to bring the tribes together and, have a good package for Manipur where we see that there is development. If this is the main focus of what the sector wants to do. But you can't derail this whole process by saying the Prime Minister should do this and the Prime Minister should do that. There is the Chief Minister of the BJP there. The Home Minister is there. The Prime Minister is addressing the issue. The government is addressing the issue. What more do you want? You just want to make a, big hue and cry about what is happening there. And let me tell you, today, if there have been arrests there, the CBI have got the case. Is there a political conspiracy? Is there a other conspiracy? What? Things will be, the truth will come out on the floor of the House. Why is the opposition running away?
In your view, everything is fair and fine in Manipur. No opposition party should demand anything on the, on the violence of Manipur.
Of course,
how pathetic you are making the whole debate. You have no reason to say such kind of thing when your Prime Minister remains silent.
Mr. Mishra, no, he's not silent. Mr. Mishra, hold on. No, Mr. Mishra.
Parliament, to avoid a debate.
He was making a reasonable point. No.
He was come to debate Parliament. You jumped
Mr. Mishra,
to the opposition political party and the very first time in the history of India that all opposition.
Mr. Mishra, I am not Sanju Verma.
To a violent state.
Mr. Mishra, I am not Sanju Verma. Hold on.
It was our gesture to have the.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mishra. Mr. Mishra,
pain of the people of Manipur.
Mr. Mishra, I am not Sanju Verma.
No, Abhishek, these guys are so insensitive. They are not trying to understand what I'm trying to say.
No. He misunderstood you. He is pulled back. He misunderstood you. He's pulled back. I'll come to you, Sanju, but I have to involve I have to involve Trajano de Mello also. Hold on, TMC also has to be involved. Now, you see, this is not about tutu meme. There's a lot of that happening already outside and inside the parliament. Let's have some semblance of decency. You see, a memorandum was presented by these 21 opposition MPs to the governor.
Rant here.
Let's go ahead. Let's move ahead. Okay. Now, the memorandum that was presented by these 21 opposition MPs is an interesting reading. Because the opposition has been saying nothing has happened. One community has been victimized. There is ethnic cleansing. There is a government backing to one community. This was the narrative being pushed. Now look at the memorandum signed by these 21 opposition MPs. And I would want Mr. De Mello to come on this. And then maybe I'll go to SP's Vikas Silas also. Vivek Silas, I beg your pardon. Sorry. So the memorandum says unprecedented violence unleashed by both sides. The memorandum says alienation among all communities. The memorandum says we request the governor to apprise the union government of complete breakdown of law and order. Apprise the central government, not sack the government in Manipur. Apprise the central government. Then, so that you enable them, as in you enable the center and the state to intervene to restore peace. Essentially, if you read between the lines, the opposition MPs, after having gained wisdom, Mr. De Mello, including your own party's Susmita Dev, have realized that both communities have suffered. That the sense of alienation is on both the sides, no majority, no minority, no tribal, non-tribal. Your MPs realize that asking for sacking of N. Biren Singh is perhaps futile. That's what comes out of the memorandum. Can we have that understanding?
Can I speak? Hello,
Yes,
voice is
it's
not
for
clear.
you to speak.
The sound is not clear, please.
You're very clear. Please go ahead.
Hello, the sound is not clear. Hello.
Should I repeat the question, Mr.
sound
DeMello,
is
if you are
not
getting
clear.
me now?
Yes, I'm getting you now. Yes, I'm getting you now.
Okay, so the question that I was asking was the memorandum, the language of the memorandum gives an impression that the honorable MPs of the opposition have realized after a visit to the ground and having met the victims that the suffering is on both the sides. There is no point asking for sacking of N. Biren Singh government, that the government at the center and the state government should come together and do something so that calm prevails. It's a very reasonable memorandum, you know. So why that reasonableness is not getting reflected once the MPs come back to Delhi and once they go to the parliament? That's what we are expecting. That's what the nation wants them to behave like.
See, let us understand that we have a double engine Sarkar in Manipur, the state government and the central government. Now the state government, it was very clear that the chief minister himself had admitted that he had failed and he had agreed to resign. But the reports are very clear.
That's a lie.
In fact, it was
He
not
never
that
said
he
that.
wanted to resign, but he was
He never
directed
said he
to
was
resign.
failed. He never
But
said he was
created a
failed
drama.
or that he wants to resign.
Sanju Verma, please don't do this again. Please. Sanju Verma. Sanju Verma, he did say he was going to resign, no? And then you had all the people coming out in his support and he took back his resignation. Sanju, relax. Sanju Verma, please. We'll come back to you, Sanju. Sanju Verma.
Nation is
Okay, N. Biren Singh never wanted to resign. Fine, it's okay.
Let me finish.
Yes, sir. Please
I
complete your
will
point.
give you exact facts how they were, how it was played. He went
Please go ahead.
drama and came back. 1 minute.
I'm calling out
1
your
minute.
lies.
He could have sacked the resignation by immediate. I will tell you. I will give you.
The opposition.
Sanju Verma, the word is sensitivity. That is it.
Sanju,
Just extend the same courtesy to everyone, Sanju. Everyone heard you. Everyone heard you. Please extend the same courtesy to others also.
You
Please, Sanju. My job is to ask question. You are the BJP spokesperson. You can counter him later, but at least let him complete his point. Please, Sanju, my job is neither to promote or to protect anyone. Please let me make that very clear, in case you are not clear about it. My job is not to promote or to protect you. Please.
Exactly that. You're promoting.
Then relax. Then please let them have a voice. Let them have a voice. I'll come back to you, Sanju. You can counter him.
Okay, she's pulled back. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
See, everybody knows that he volunteered to resign. A drama was enacted, but he had not volunteered. In fact, he was directed to resign. That is how they work, the double engine Sarkar. But the double engine, the center cannot sack him for the simple reason the entire conspiracy secret will be leaked out. I will give you a factual situation.
No, I beg to differ. I would like to
Goa.
answer this.
But 1 minute. Let me stop it. Stop it. Let me finish. In Goa, we had a
What
chief
conspiracy
minister,
you talking about, Mr. DeMello? What conspiracy? What conspiracy you are talking about? Are you talking about the Chinese conspiracy? Because Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary today said there is a China angle to it. In his soundbite after coming back from Manipur, he actually said it's likely that China is behind this. Are you talking about that conspiracy?
What conspiracy are you talking about?
Let me finish. The
What
I have asked Mr. Hegde.
to say that this could not have happened without the wink or nod of the powers that be. It is very clear about this. The whole world is talking about it. Now, I tell you what happened in Goa.
No. Let Sanju respond to this. Sanju, go ahead.
Why? Let me finish.
Let me finish. Abhishek,
Is this a BJP show?
to you.
Is this a BJP show? Let me finish.
You please.
No, let me finish first. You spoke for so long.
Sanju
No,
Verma, please. I will allow you to counter him, but please, Vivek hasn't spoken. Vivek from the Samajwadi Party has not spoken for the last 42 minutes. Can you please make his point, Sanju? Then we'll come back to you. Please, it's a request.
Let me finish.
Okay.
Let me finish.
Okay. No,
Sanju.
Sanju, please.
No,
wait.
Sanju, I'll come to you.
Vivek.
Just Vivek, because he has not spoken, that's why. Let's go to Vivek Silas.
Let me
Deepti, go ahead.
finish, sir.
Now,
Let me
Vivek,
finish, sir.
this way.
Let me finish,
Okay.
please. Let me
Okay,
finish.
just 10 seconds,
30
sir.
Yeah, 30 seconds. 1 minute. I see in Goa we had a chief minister who was functioning from the ICU, and the home minister visited him to resign. He refused to resign on the condition that if I am forced, I have the Rafale files in me. And this was spoken on by the cabinet minister, and it was raised in Parliament.
A lot of them are conspiracy theories.
No, this is not going to be allowed. Mr. De Mello, we are discussing Manipur, not Goa, and let's not bring down the dignity of a departed soul. Mr. De Mello, unfair. Go
Give you
ahead.
an example how the double engagement and how the
Let's talk about Manipur. Let's talk about Manipur, sir. There is limited time.
No, Mr. De Mello.
Vivek ji hasn't spoken. Let's get in Vivek.
Go to Vivek, huh?
Vivek, what happens now? Vivek, do you believe there should only be, this tutu meme and that's about it? We will not talk about Manipur. We will not talk about the people of Manipur. We will not try and find out who's accountable, but we'll keep fighting. It's this showdown, this ego battle about who will blink first, Vivek. There has to be a breakthrough, no? Why don't you expose the government on the floor of the house?
Exactly.
Have a debate, then keep saying whatever you want to say.
I've been listening to Tutu.
I'll come back to you.
We'll come
Sir,
to
Vivek ji ne bola nahi hai, please. Vivek.
Yes. Yeah, Deepti, we have been listening to Tutu and Meme for the last 44 minutes anyway. Don't talk about the opposition, don't talk about the ruling party. A governor, the honorable governor, is a neutral person. What did the honorable governor say? She said she has never seen something like this in her entire life. Even today, what did she say? The honorable governor said and requested to find a way. I am not talking about the opposition, neither I am talking about the ruling party. We have to find a way for Manipur. Because as your correspondent right now said, that the violence has reduced, but it has not ended. About 40 minutes back on your show, your correspondent was reporting that. So I want to request the government of India that please look into the matter. The matter is very serious. 5,000 houses have been burnt. 60,000 people have been displaced. About 200 people have been murdered. So I would like to request the Honorable Prime Minister and the Government of India to find a solution for Manipur. That is my request. I am not doing any politics
You make a reasonable demand. All that I am saying is, can this be said in the Parliament? Let's have a debate. Let the country hear all these facts. No, from the opposition side, from the government side.
Let the Prime Minister come to the Parliament.
Yes, of course. Yes. Why not? We should have a debate on Manipur.
That's the problem.
Prime Minister comes to the Parliament every day.
I don't think Vivek ji agrees with you. Vivek ji, do you think it should be just about the Prime Minister, or we can have a discussion? You never know, the Prime Minister might intervene, no?
Definitely.
Where is the Prime Minister?
The Prime Minister
you don't
have to talk in Parliament.
The Prime Minister can intervene in the smallest of small
You should
things.
listen in.
Why
You should
not
listen
on
in
the
to your
people of
alliance
Manipur?
partners. No, the SP does not agree with your approach.
Manipur is an
The SP
example
does
of
not agree
crime
with your
against
approach.
humanity. Manipur is an example of crime against humanity,
course.
ma'am. It's a crime against humanity. And why not the Prime Minister?
So are you ready for a debate, sir? Is the Samajwadi Party ready for a debate?
Manipur is a part of India. Why not?
It's not crime against humanity.
Of course, we are ready for a debate.
What is
We don't want to listen to the failed Home Minister. We don't want to listen to the failed Home Minister.
So what do you mean you want the Prime Minister to speak? The Honorable Prime Minister
we don't want to listen to the
He is also already spoken
Home
on
Minister who has
Manipur.
miserably failed in Manipur.
All of you are speaking at the same point. All of you are speaking at the same point. You know, we can't hear. Vivek ji, I just want to ask you a little question before I go back to Sanju, to Priyanka and to Mr. Meka. Vivek ji, do you believe the opposition should agree and participate in a debate? The government says they are ready for a debate. So are you ready for a debate also?
for a debate.
Yes, we are ready for a debate for Manipur, of course. And all the things that are happening in India, everything should be debated. Why not? But why the Honorable Prime Minister is
okay,
shying away from the
fantastic.
debate?
Okay. Sanju Verma will get the last word as promised. But then Priyanka, does this mean that even the opposition partners do not agree? There are opposition parties like the SP Priyanka that want a debate. So why are you people being adamant and making this conditional? Let's have a debate, Priyanka, on the floor of the House.
Who is adamant?
No, nobody is making it an ego issue. We all want a debate, and that is the reason that we moved the no confidence motion, and there will be a debate on the floor of the House on the issue. Be that as it may, Deepti, let me please say this, that because of some audio issue, I am told that Sanjuji made certain personal comments about me. Well, that is what her party is. And secondly, Abhishek ji, I stand corrected only to the extent that the governor didn't make an impassioned plea. Please. That the governor did not make an impassioned plea to the Prime Minister to intervene. You are correct to that extent, but she did say that she has raised the matter to the higher ups, but koi jawab nahi mil raha. There was that video expressing helplessness.
That's because no, she never said that koi jawab nahi hai. Again, I have to fact check you. Because the Prime Minister has been taking updates on Manipur every day, and on some days we have read that he has taken updates every 3 hours. Every 3 hours.
Not of today.
No, I have to correct you where you are wrong.
Not of today. May I
It's part of the governor's role to update the center.
You know, I never...
No, we are not getting into the video. Okay, fine. Unfortunately, I have run out of time. We have run out of time. The fact of the matter is...
You called Shehzad Mujahid.
No, Sanju, stick to yourself. Sanju, stick to the debate. Sanju, stick to the debate. Sanju, stick to the debate. 10 seconds, you stick to the debate.
No, Sanju Verma. If the idea is not to derail the debate, please do not provoke her. Please. Priyanka, please pull back. It's about Manipur. Manipur wants to hear what we are saying. Sanju.
No, we can't get that. No, we can't give those 10 seconds to Sanju because it's already... Thank you so much, friends. Unfortunately, Sanju Verma, Priyanka... No. Unfortunately, we have run out of time. You know, it's an impassioned appeal to all the members of parliament, all the political parties, that for the sake of people of Manipur to heal their wounds, give up this political tutu meme and just focus on the proceedings of the parliament. That's where everyone wants to hear you. With all your appeals to humanity, that's where your speaking counts. Hopefully, as the parliament session begins tomorrow, every one of these members who have visited Manipur would go to the speaker's chamber or to the chairman of the Rajya Sabha and say, we have a story to share of those victims. Please give us the floor. And that's where perhaps once those stories are heard, Prime Minister might intervene. On that note, Deepti, we come to an end of this conversation. Arnab Goswami is back Monday, 9 p.m.
Yes, so will this be about Manipur? Will this be about politics? Republic will track that story. Thank you so much for watching. Quickly heading into a break. Back on the other side with lots more.
Amity School of Communication has been ranked among India's top 5 mass comm institutes for the last 3 years by India Today, a testimony to its most high-tech studios, senior professionals as faculty and placements in leading media organizations. To apply, visit amity.edu.
When the opposition starts celebrating not the victory of a no confidence motion, but the admission of the motion in Parliament, the I.N.D.I.A cannot even push through the motion if there is external support. A no confidence motion is a serious matter. It is not a necessary rite of passage. It's not like having breakfast or lunch. It is something serious which must be done when there is something serious to debate. I say debate Manipur, but why a no confidence motion? They are not even united on basic issues among themselves. and they call themselves I.N.D.I.A, and they waste our time by bringing in a no confidence motion. It is an act of absolute futility. The people are serious. The people want governance. And I say with all the conviction at my command, stop the futility of the no confidence motion. The opposition should unitedly take back the no confidence motion and not waste the nation's time. If it is for their amusement, then it is a very, very expensive source of amusement that we pay. When the opposition starts celebrating not the victory of a no confidence motion, but the admission of the motion in Parliament. The I.N.D.I.A cannot even push through the motion if there is external support. A no confidence motion is a serious matter. It is not a necessary rite of passage. It's not like having breakfast or lunch. It is something serious which must be done when there is something serious to debate. I say debate Manipur, but why a no confidence motion? They are not even united on basic issues among themselves, and they call themselves I.N.D.I.A, and they waste our time by bringing in a no confidence motion. It is an act of absolute futility. The people are serious. The people want governance. And I say with all the conviction at my command, stop the futility of the no confidence.
Violence broke out in West Delhi's Nangloi during the Muharram processions. At least a dozen people, including police personnel, were injured. Some purported videos of the incident were even circulated on social media. In the videos, some people in the area are seen pelting stones. This comes after some people who were allegedly part of the Muharram procession pelted stones on being stopped from deviating from the route prescribed for them. Some vehicles, including police vans and Delhi Transport Corporation buses, were also damaged. Cops resorted to a mild lathi charge to disperse the mob and bring the situation under control. According to the police, situation in the area is now under control. Bureau Report, Republic TV.
When the opposition starts celebrating not the victory of a no confidence motion, but the admission of the motion in Parliament. The I.N.D.I.A cannot even push through the motion if there is external support. A no confidence motion is a serious matter. It is not a necessary rite of passage. It's not like having breakfast or lunch. It is something serious which must be done when there is something serious to debate. I say debate Manipur, but why a no confidence motion? They are not even united on basic issues among themselves, and they call themselves I.N.D.I.A, and they waste our time by bringing in a no confidence motion. It is an act of absolute futility. The people are serious. The people want governance. And I say with all the conviction at my command, stop the futility of the no confidence motion. The opposition should unitedly take back the no confidence motion and not waste the nation's time. If it is for their amusement, then it is a very, very expensive source of amusement that we pay. When the opposition starts celebrating not the victory of a no-confidence motion, but the admission of the motion in Parliament. The I.N.D.I.A cannot even push through the motion if there is external support. A no-confidence motion is a serious matter. It is not a necessary rite of passage. It's not like having breakfast or lunch. It is something serious which must be done when there is something serious to debate. I say debate Manipur, but why a no-confidence motion? They are not even united on basic.
In an escalation, Moscow witnessed a drone attack this morning. Videos emerged of the damaged buildings in Moscow city. Russian Ministry of Defense called it an attempted terror attack by Kyiv and said that the drone attack was thwarted. One of the drones was shot down in the surrounding Moscow region by air defense systems while the two others were jammed. The other two drones crashed into Moscow city business district in the capital. In fact, the moment of explosion and its aftermath was also caught on camera. Russia said that it shot down 3 Ukrainian drones. The emergency services reported that one person was injured in the explosion in Moscow city. Photos from the site of the crash showed the facade of a skyscraper damaged on one floor. Vnukovo Airport resumed receiving flights interrupted after the attack of drones. Agency report, Republic TV.
When the opposition starts celebrating not the victory of a no-confidence motion, but the admission of the motion in Parliament. The I.N.D.I.A cannot even push through the motion if there is external support. A no-confidence motion is a serious matter. It is not a necessary rite of passage. It's not like having breakfast or lunch. It is something serious which must be done when there is something serious to debate. I say debate Manipur, but why a no-confidence motion? They are not even united on basic issues among themselves, and they call themselves I.N.D.I.A and they waste our time by bringing in a no-confidence motion. It is an act of absolute futility. The people are serious. The people want governance, and I say with all the conviction at my command, stop the futility of the no-confidence motion. The opposition should unitedly take back the no-confidence motion and not waste the nation's time. If it is for their amusement, then it is a very, very expensive source of amusement that we pay. When the opposition starts celebrating not the victory of a no-confidence motion, but the admission of the motion in Parliament. The I.N.D.I.A cannot even push through the motion if there is external support. A no-confidence motion is a serious matter. It is not a necessary rite of passage. It's not like having breakfast or lunch. It is something serious which must be done when there is something serious to debate. I say debate Manipur, but why a no-confidence motion? They are not even united on basic issues among themselves, and they